New old school games are nothing new, but Mega Man 9 was definitely shocking. This is old school Mega Man in the same style as the old 8-bit releases. It's been a long time too since the original Mega Man has ever seen any action. Mega Man and Bass was released back in 1998, and if that isn't original enough for you, Mega Man 6, the series' last NES entry, was released back in 1993. That's 15 years since we've seen anything like this. As some of the greatest titles in the unending Mega Man franchise consist of many of the originals, needless to say, there was quite a few fanboys frothing at the mouth for this. These kinds of games just don't get released very often. Mega Man 9 has been marketed as a return to style, not just visually but also gameplay-wise, and not just as the evolution of Mega Man 6. Mega Man 2 was heralded as the title's greatest inspiration, which does indeed set the bar very high. Your power-up shot is gone, your slide is gone, gimmick vehicles are gone. I would hardly call this just like 2 though, it's actually quite different and very unique compared to any of the different Mega Man titles. In addition to setting the gameplay engine standard for Mega Man games, one of Mega Man 2's other greatest accomplishments was its level design. Stages flow between areas, and compared to the first Mega Man, it felt like you were traveling through an otherwise natural environment. It's like these areas previously existed and have only recently been set up with traps designed to foil you. Mega Man 9 is not like this. Mega Man 9 is more like Mega Man 1, except with the graphical polish of Mega Man 5 or 6. More than ever, each individual screen feels like it's been designed by a Capcom video game designer intending to destroy your progression. The fluid feeling of your surroundings is sacrificed in order to shove the most difficult obstacles straight down your throat. They are hard as hell, which would probably be Mega Man 9's defining characteristic. There are tons of instant deaths, and it will require you to learn these level designs inside out before you even have a chance at progressing. It almost feels like the result of a repressed video game designer just finally got his hands on a Mega Man 2 map editor and was told to use the most challenging screens he's managed to dream up within the past 15 years without ever going too far overboard and making sure the graphical style remains high quality. Mega Man 9 is essentially Mega Man the Challenge levels. The balance and usefulness of special weapons between levels feels right. Unfortunately, it lacks what made Mega Man 2 and 3 my absolute favorites in the Mega Man franchise. Mega Man 9, even more so than 5 and 6, feels coldly calculated. Everything feels like it has been mathematically designed and put together. The rawness of 3 is missing. 9 is instead tricky obstacles with an exact intended way to beat each of them. By now, a lot of the dust has settled and we can move beyond the hype. Was the use of instant deaths too great this time? Our industry has moved quite far away from this, and even titles like Shinobi on the PS2 have been heavily criticized and overlooked for it. You need to enjoy repetitiously playing a level in order to master its individual screens. Such gaming requires a very specific taste. This is not a game you could ever hope to beat on your first time through. Eventually, I did get into playing each particular level, and it did feel pretty damn awesome when I was finally able to make my run through and make it look easy. The music really does kick ass and is more memorable than the churned out next generation fluff. The visual style, while not for everyone, does fit the medium perfectly. I continued to play as I sat on the edge of my seat anticipating my drool for the all-new enemy designs and old-school throwbacks and any new traps. And yes, I did have a nice time, but it did feel like some of the great features of the past were just sort of missing. While 9 is almost surely going to be scoring perfect 10s almost all across the board, if a future Mega Man 10 manages to further improve upon the ideas laid out by 9, while then perhaps adopting a few new ideas from 2 and 3, the result could be incredible. If you like the majority of NES Mega Man games you've played and difficult games don't scare you, go ahead and check this out. If you haven't played any Mega Man games before it, go buy the Mega Man Collection for the PS2, Xbox, or GameCube. All in all, Mega Man is an incredible series. This game is actually pretty damn fun, but certainly when it comes down to it, I don't regret the time that I put into this game at all. Mega Man 9 for the Nintendo Wiiware receives a 7 out of 10.